gifts of helps. And so this is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 15 through 31. We're back to, he's reading off the gifts there in chapter 12. And we're going to begin at 15. I think 31 is the rest of the chapter. So
okay, 15 through the end of the chapter.
31.
Okay. If the foot shall say, because I'm not of the hand, I'm not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I'm not of the eye, am I not of the body? Is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where would be the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where would be the smelling? But now hath God set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now they are many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more than those members of the body which seems to be more feeble are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need. But God hath tempered the body together, have given more abundant honor to the part which lacked, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another. And whether one member suffer, and all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now ye are the body of Christ, and members in particular. And God hath set some in the church. First apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, and after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Excuse me. Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way.
So the gifts of helps was in there somewhere.
It was. Right in the middle. It was gifts
right
of helps.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So God bestows on us a greater importance or beauty. The big toe, Brother Charlie used to say he was the big toe. He was as the pastor, he was out there when the church was, the first thing that anybody saw was the pastor. Yeah. He was the big toe.
He was the big toe. Good one, Charlie.
And so it's for balance, in the body.
Yeah, so, that's good.
The apostles were called and seen the risen Lord, and so I agree with Chuck Smith on that. At least he doesn't believe in the apostolic church.
No, definitely not.
To be an apostle, unfortunately, it'd be nice if we were all apostles. Then we could walk down the street and people would be healed by our shadow.
By our shadow going over
them, like with Peter.
Yeah.
And so I don't see that happening today. So I know that's not that's an apostolic gift. Is that the apostle had to actually have seen the risen Lord face to face.
Yeah.
And so Paul, saw him in a vision, and so he got a lot of flack for that. People would, try to say he wasn't an apostle, but he was always having to defend every gospel. If you read, he's defending, except for one, and I can't remember which one that one was. He's defending the fact that he's an apostle. I think it's Philippians, which is really sad. But he was probably the 12th disciple that replaced Judas, even though Bartholomew or Matthias or whatever was elected. But that was probably of men. He said he was an apostle appointed of God. And so that's different, and that probably
Right.
is the reason we have the apostolic church. Is there? Well, Paul can be appointed by God, so can we.
Yeah.
But he saw him face to face on the road
Yeah.
to Damascus
Yeah, he
after
did.
his resurrection. So that's different. Of course, I guess they could claim that too, but they're not. They're not telling the truth. And so the gift of miracles was given to these apostles, and so uh, the Mormons claim to have apostles and have authority
Oh
to
yeah, they do.
baptize and ordain.
Yes.
And so he goes into a story where he was trying to do something with the Mormons in a cooperative, and they were not wanting to use his preachers because they weren't ordained, because they hadn't ordained them or baptized them.
Yeah.
Of course, I grew up in a church that was, we believe that we were the only ones that have the authority to baptize as well. It was given with the chain of baptisms came down through us, and even Campbell, Dr. Campbell, he sought him out a good Baptist to baptize him, so he would have the authority. So I always think that's funny that Campbellites, take their baptism seriously, but the Baptists baptized them.
Yeah, that's funny. Give them the authority.
Right, but this is but we're talking about apostleship.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have apostles today,
Yeah.
and so anybody that says they're an apostle, they're lying and
Or maybe just deceived.
and deceived.
Told wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to have something that they don't have. I mean, these people could decide life or death with people and stuff like that. It's not about power. Here it is. It's about power for those who claim to be apostles. So there you go. That's Chuck Smith.
That answered.
How about that? That's not me. Paul was an apostle, evangelist, and teacher. So, prophets are exhorters and encouragers. So they are. It's not necessarily prophecy, but it's a matter of exhorting and encouraging people.
Yeah.
The teachers are essential to be a preacher and evangelist. I believe that you have all three gifts if to be a preacher. You have to be a prophet, a teacher, and an evangelist. Evangelists, all Christians are ministers. He says that, and J. Vernon McGee says that. All Christians are ministers.
It says everyone can go out and share the gospel. So.
Minister means a servant. It doesn't mean that you stand up there on Sunday morning and preach, or it's your job to witness to everybody. Everybody's supposed to witness, and everybody is supposed to get out the word.
Right.
But helps, and government, those who just help in the work of the Lord. One of the most important gifts God places and honor on the gift of helps, more abundant glory. They see a need and fill the need. In other words, they don't have to be asked to do it; they just do it.
They just do it.
If you see something laying around, you clean up the church. If you see some kid left a gum wrapper or a candy wrapper, you pick it up and you put it in the garbage.
Right.
You don't have to be asked to do these.
You have to wait for them to see.
It's kind of like around your house. I mean, you need to teach your kids that too. Just do common sense kind
and
of
your
things.
husbands. I had to add that for a giggle.
We're not kids.
That's good.
They okay. So clean up after church.
Yeah.
I actually list these. Maintaining the church without being asked. Organization of church supplies, meals, house cleaning. You could go to somebody's house and
I would in a minute.
A widow or somebody who can't clean their house, and help them clean their house.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a hoarder and they don't know where to start.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen a lot of that.
Joshua had the gift of helps. That's the reason Moses chose him. Faithful over the least of these things, and God will give you more.
Yeah.
So that's why that I talked about, last night. There was a guy who wanted to be a group leader, and I said, "Well, really, I need somebody to clean up the tables after we've eaten, so show me you can do that, and then we'll see what I can do for you next." Brother Charlie taught me to, we always joked that there was one bathroom me and him were in more than any of the women. It was a woman's bathroom,
Yeah.
but it was for the baptistry, so
Yeah.
none of the women used it. But we were always, there's something leaking in there that we had to fix.
She was in there more than any woman was.
All right, and so let's see, I can't read my writing again. As unto the Lord joyful, not out of resentment. But I can't read the first word. But you do it like you're giving, whenever you're giving unto the Lord, you do it out of joy, out of a joyful heart, not out of a resentment. You don't. If somebody is like, well, they're stupid kids should pick up the wrapper themselves, and you go over the next Sunday, I picked up your kid's wrapper. You need to teach them not to throw it down in the floor of the church. That's out of resentment. But you do it out of the joy of the Lord. You don't say anything to anybody. One of the things he pointed out, and I was telling Cecil tonight, is they're unseen and unheard.
Right.
And it embarrasses them if it's brought out to their attention. If somebody notices it and tells everybody else what they're doing, that's how you can tell if they're being sincere.
Right.
If it's really
if they want
gifts of
if
help.
they want
attention
for it.
or not. The
recognition
the person
for
who
it.
has the gift of helps does not want the attention that they're doing these things. They want to do them behind the scenes. They don't want the recognition or to be seen. The Priscilla and Aquila, they were deaconesses. You have Stephen was an example. So read Romans chapter 12, verse 6 and 7 now.
Okay. Romans 12, 6 and 7. All right. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that shows mercy with cheerfulness. I guess I passed it by.
6 and 7.
Oh, yeah, that was 8. Sorry. I read 6, 7, and 8.
Well, apparently there's another listing of the gifts in Romans chapter 12. And so he reads that often in these readings as well. You don't want public recognition, as I was saying before, and would be embarrassed. Many do it for recognition, unfortunately. If you resent it, don't do it.
Right. Well, you're not going to get a blessing if you resent it anyway.
Right.
If you do it and you resent you did it, you might as well have never done it.
Well, and then that is you're bringing in evil spirits whenever that you resent what you're
That's right.
Resentment is a evil spirit, so you're running off the Holy Spirit and bringing in evil spirits into the church by resenting what you're doing. So don't do it.
Right, just don't do it.
Excited and thrilled, they can do something for God. That's the true gift. And so once again, that